Konnichiwa, boku wa Rocky to moishimasu, and welcome to today's video where we are going to be reacting to some more J-pop. And for the very first time today, we're going to be reacting to the group titled Be First and their debut, Shining One. Now, I basically know absolutely nothing about this group. I really don't know anything. I did find them a couple of months ago. I was just explaining to the chat, and it was, how could I put it? Like, it was interesting because I had heard, I think, a snippet of one of their songs somewhere, and I thought, ooh, that sounds really good. Like, I really want to get into it. I don't know if it was this or whether or not it was like a release that they'd put out after this or something like that. But yeah, it caught my attention, and I thought, wow, okay, I want to get back to them. And there's an agency in Korea. There's an entertainment company called Be Lift, and they manage the group titled Enhypen, for those of you guys who are familiar with K-pop. But they literally have B colon and then Lift in their name, and then there's B colon First. And so I kept getting the two fucking mixed up, and I literally, for the life of me, could not remember what the group's name was until just recently. And yeah, basically, here we are. So as a part of obviously my wanting to get into a little bit more J-pop and to, you know, get to know J-pop acts more and to really just kind of expand my musical horizons, here we are. But look, without any further ado, y'all, let's get straight into it in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Alrighty, now for a lot of you guys, I think yeah, this might be like a first time listening to J-pop. I don't really know even what genre Be First really kind of operate within, or what capacity they operate within. I think that just in general, I think that they're a J-pop group, at least as far as I'm aware. I have no idea who the members' names are. I have no idea. I think I've been able to figure out, at least just by counting, that there's 7 members. And I did hear and I did see that they also came off a survival show as well. So we might even consider watching that. But any albums, all of that type of stuff as well, I will upload potentially on my Patreon. So I'll upload the reactions to those as well. So do obviously feel free to just go and check that out. If you want, you can just go and follow the Patreon so that you can keep up to date with updates and whatnot. But nonetheless, very excited to see what this is going to be like. Let's get straight into it. Full screen. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay. EDM type vibe. Ooh. Boom, boom.
Yeah, Shining One.
Shining One. They look really young. Ooh, a bit of drum and bass. No. Okay. Ooh, an EDM vibe. Okay. Be the one. Hey. Ooh. Yeah. Whoa. Hey. Boom, boom. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, get it, rapper. Let's go. What's his name, y'all? Wait, does he have a ponytail? What? Oh, he has his hair tied up. Oh my god, I was so confused for a second. Oh, damn, that's an interesting style. Hey. Be the one. Hey. Be the one. The chorus hits, man. Whoa. I don't mind this, man. Yeah. Whoa. I saw that. Okay. Ooh, we got a dance break. or rather a breakdown, should I say? Dude, I vibe the sound style though. I am at least, let's say this, interested enough to keep listening to them. Ugh. Let's go. Oh, we went around the world for a sec. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, can you feel it?
I feel it. Be the one. Be the one. Be the one. Hey, hey. Yeah, you know what? I vibe this, man. I vibe this, honestly. Yeah, whoa. Chorus. Yeah, very older style K-pop sounds, right? I like the production quality of it. I think the beat is something that I'm definitely a fan of. Like this genre, just in general. Ooh, that's fire. That ending dance move where their arms overlap. I'm definitely a massive fan of this type of sound. Okay, so we got Sota, Shunto, Manato, Ryuhei, Ryuhei, Junon, Ryoki, and Reo. Okay, cool. I'm definitely a fan of this type of sound. I think that when you hear like EDM, drum and bass, that type of vibe just in K-pop, which I regularly listen to, that's the genre that I listen to most, then I really find myself enjoying those songs, I think, more than most, just in general. With this, because J-pop is a very new type of, I guess you could say, genre that I'm starting to delve into, or like to dabble in a little bit more, I really enjoy just the fact that it's so different to what I'm most used to reacting to, if that makes sense. Like, I know that, of course, for those of you guys who are watching, because I know that, you know, the 75 of you guys who are still here on stream with me right now, I know that pretty much all of us are K-pop fans. I mean, all of us would be, otherwise you wouldn't follow this channel. The thing is, though, is that with J-pop, I find it so interesting because, like, it's similar in a way, but then it also at the same time, like in contrast, it's so different too. There's sometimes some very different types of sounds and very different like production routes, I think, that certain songs and like Japanese music takes, and it's always really interesting to hear for me. And I think that it's definitely something that I'm starting to enjoy a lot more than what I previously have been, because, you know, I've dabbled with, you know, female J-pop artists, you know, a lot earlier on. Like when I mean dabbled, I mean like, you know, I've listened to some songs and put them on my playlist and stuff like that. Like, you know, we've got Perfume, we've got AKB, we've got HKT, all of that type of stuff. I have some of those artists' songs on my playlist and stuff on Spotify. Even say Dalko, for example, right? You know, when we start talking about like weirder type of stuff or stuff that's a little more eccentric. The thing is, though, is that I've never really properly gotten into or followed or listened to a male Japanese pop boy group. Like, it's really only ever been, I would really say, Arashi, and that's probably about it. And for those of you guys that know Arashi, or don't know Arashi rather, should I say, Arashi is like a very big, very popular, and I'm not entirely sure if they're still active or if they're still around now, but Arashi are basically huge in Japan. Like, they have tons and tons and tons of fans, but to the best of my knowledge, they are a lot older. Like, they are much, much, much older. If I remember correctly, like 30s, and even maybe up from there. Like, I think maybe even they're older than their 30s, like their average age. I'm not entirely sure, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that and use that as like a signpost as far as their age is concerned. But they're even then very different, and I've listened to a little bit of their stuff, but I haven't like at the time when I listened to it, I wasn't really about it. I was just like, I don't know, it's not really here or there for me, so I'm going to probably pass on that. The thing is, though, is that now I think getting into groups that I think are a little bit younger, especially modern. When I say younger, I mean newer. I think Be First is literally less than a year old, so I think this is really good time for me, especially with what I'm currently listening to and the way that my musical taste is shifting, to start getting into Japanese pop boy groups. And I'm really liking what I'm hearing so far, man. I saw previews of JO1 and I, of course, on the Mnet Asian Music Awards, Mama. 2021 awards show, and I really liked what I saw and heard there too. And I think that that's really been part of this push, but I'm really loving what I'm seeing. I think that this one was really interesting. Shining One, it's probably not like it's like I probably think I'm going to get more into their music as I listen to it, so I'm pretty sure there are other releases I will probably inevitably wind up liking a little bit more, because debuts or first songs that artists usually release always aren't necessarily their best ones. But I'm very excited to see what the rest of their sound is like. I'm really hoping it's something similar to this in terms of like the EDM and drum and bass type stuff, but I'm 100% here for that and very much excited to continue with some more Be First. So look, I really just want to say thank you, of course, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I know that it's very unorthodox for those of you guys who do watch this channel regularly, and of course K-pop fans, but I hope that you found something in this and that you got to enjoy stuff a little bit as well. For anyone who happens to be watching in Japan or anything like that, 見てくれて本当にありがとうございました. I really appreciate it. And yeah, of course, if you guys want to see some more Be First or just general J-pop reactions at all, then do feel free, of course, to subscribe to the channel if you guys enjoyed the vibes, and of course look out for any new J-pop reactions too. But I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. I love and appreciate every single one of you as always. Until next time though, take care of yourselves out there, stay safe, but most of all and above all else, make sure that you guys are staying happy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.